Unexpected celebrations of goals by football players. Usually, if people have a desire to beat their heads against something, then probably something bad has happened in their life. Offensive at first glance ways to celebrate the ball in the gate can provoke the referees to show the card. This is what exactly happened on April 7, 2018. On the day when Santos won Colo-Colo with a score of 3-2, when the scoreboard showed the score 2-0 in favor of Santos, it turned out that the victory of the Brazilian club was almost in his pocket. And of course, there was even more joy when Neymar scored the third goal against opponents. So much joy that the footballer even decided to try on a mask, and not someone but himself. The referee apparently considered this to be just unsportsmanlike behavior and showed a yellow card. And since it was already the second one, Neymar eventually went to the bench. Anyone who has personally attended a football match at least once knows that emotions at the stadium are just off the scale. It applies to both spectators and football players. And it is not surprising that sometimes excessive emotionality does not lead to good. On May 19, 2013, the game between Russian clubs Zenit and Volga took place. In the compensated time for the second half, the midfielder of Petersburg's Zenit set the final score of the match. It was the third winning goal, but immediately after that, the football turned to the stands and showed the opposing fans an incident gesture. The referee did not appreciate it, and no one did, to be honest. And Roman Shirokov eventually had to apologize and justify himself, saying he made such a mistake because emotions were off the scale. Have you never seen real football with your own eyes and you are thinking about buying a ticket to some next match? I have to warn you, it is quite possible that during the game you will see something that you will never be able to forget. At best, it will be just a stunningly great game. But the worst case happened to the audience during the Fremont vs Chavez game in 2014. Well, being very happy with his goal, the Portuguese team player Dalek Berry decided to show the audience, well, in general you can see everything by yourself. Sometimes football referees protect the feeling of players and spectators even too zealously, awarding red cards for harmless and even a little cute things. When on May 6, 2011, Russian Spetek forward Emmanuel Emanik expressed his joy of scoring a goal by tapping on his hand, the referee apparently decided that this was some kind of indecent gesture. The football player was removed from the field, and only later it turned out that there was nothing indecent in Emmanuel's actions. He later said that this gesture just was a tribute to his parents. Do you think it was a fair removal or not? Write in the comments. If you know at least a little about football, then you probably know when football players decide to celebrate a goal and taking off their t-shirt, it doesn't end well. Most often, the referee regards such behavior as unsportsmanlike and shows a yellow card. It would seem that football players should know the rules like no one else, but apparently sometimes they enjoy so much that they forget about everything in the world. That's how Eric Hossa, a player of Canadian Vancouver Whitecaps, was removed from the field during the game against the New England Revolution. Forgetting himself, he pulled off his t-shirt, threw it into the tribunes, apparently to please the fans, and of course he did it in vain. The last goal celebration that I want to show today is very spectacular, so much that the referee decided not to swear and did not show either a yellow or a red one. So why is this video even on the list today? Well, just because Modolia, a player of Brazilian club Internacional, did not receive punishment from the referee, does not mean that he did not receive punishment at all. Sometimes restraint on the football field is supported by food or higher forces or chance. In general, I don't know what exactly, but what happened after the spectacular backflip, you can see for yourself. The football player fell and dislocated his knee. Apparently, he was too happy.